Thank you for joining me today. This is the presentation for planning for business for now and in the future. And as it says there, my name is Janine Friston and I run two businesses, Promoting Trafford and what will become the Small Business Lounge. So first off, for people that don't know who I am, Promoting Trafford is an app, a business directory. I have a women in business networking group and we have networking meetings. And yesterday I launched my very first business magazine called Connecting Trafford, which is a collaboration between myself and the Smart Bear websites and content. I also share stories and help and support both the local community and businesses here and around Trafford. I actually celebrate my third business birthday tomorrow with Promoting Trafford, so I'm very excited about that. I completely forgot about it until this weekend, so I've got nothing planned for it, but we'll see how I go. And then earlier on this year, I launched what will become the Small Business Lounge. So it's a space for people that are thinking about starting up their own business to come and get help, support, and information to help them out along the way. I've got the Accountability Lounge as well, which is where if you've got plans, you've got ideas, but you just struggle to achieve your goals and get through everything that you need to get through, then the Accountability Challenge. I've got a small accountability group that's live at the moment with regards to that, and we meet every week and go through our goals and plans and actions and make sure we try and keep ourselves on track to achieve the goals that we want to do for our business. And coming up later on this year will be a podcast under that as well. So, introduction to the presentation, really. So obviously planning and organising your workload and time is essential for entrepreneurs and small business owners. It not only just makes your life easier and simpler, but I also find that if I've got a good plan and I've got a good action plan behind it, I get more done. I feel more confident because I get more things done in my business. I feel motivated and I feel a little bit more in control. If I don't have a plan of my day and my week, or even just a longer term plan, I easily get sidetracked into shiny object syndrome, and I just go off on a tangent, and I go off on one and just get lost along the way. So we're there. So
right.
So yeah, sorry about that. So for today's presentation, I want to go through a little bit about business plan and planning for your business generally. Why businesses and whether or not how you're starting up or you're growing or you're midway through your business, why you should have a business plan, how that can then help to create your goals and targets for you and your business, but also then looking at once you've got your goals and your plan and your vision about what you want to achieve, how are you going to organise your time to get through everything that you want to do? We all have a lot of hats as business owners. And when you're running a business, you're a finance person one day, and then you're a social media expert, and then you're customer services. You know lots of things going on. How can you manage your time effectively to get through everything that you want to do? So first off, business plans. So what is a business plan? So business plans really are, a long-term vision and goal about what you want to achieve in your business. Starting and running your business, as I've got there, is a bit of a map. It's like a journey. So I always see it as it's like a sat nav. Having a business plan is like a sat nav. You've got your end goal in sight of where you want your vision to be, which you put into your plan. And then hopefully your business plan helps you understand the way of how you're going to get there. So giving you direction, using it as a guide to keep you on the right track, and ending up in the right place. As I say, otherwise, if I don't have a business plan or a plan in front of me, I go off on tangents, I go down little rabbit holes and warren holes along the way, and I end up getting lost, and I don't end up in the space that I want to be at the end of it. Also, it gives you that final result of where you want your business to be, whether or not that's a 12-month business plan, a 3-year or a 5-year. It helps you to really know where you want your business to be and how you're going to get there. So as I say, the last 12 months have really changed for most of us in our businesses, whether or not you're thinking of starting out in business or you already had a business and maybe you've had to change. And, you know, it's the last 12 months for me in my business, as I said at the start, I've launched the Small Business Lounge now, as it will become, and rebranded. And so now I've had to create 2 business plans. So I've got one for each of them. They're both going in different directions. So promoting Trafford, you know, when I started it 3 years ago, in my head at that point, it was just going to be a website with a directory, with events, with blogs on, and that was going to be it. And then over time, naturally and organically, it's now grown into the mobile app, networking groups, and other things along the way as well. So obviously the business plan is there to keep you on the straight and narrow where you want to be, but also to be reviewed and adapt and change how you go along. With now the new one, I'm creating what's going to be a 12-month one to begin with, just to kickstart the business going forward. But then I've got a longer term vision of where I want to be in 3 years' time with that from there. So what to include in your business plan? I think it's, you know, first things first, it is a formal document. It's not something you can put, you know, you always say you're on the back of a cigarette packet or whatever is my business and stuff, which is a good starting point. That's where the Startup Lounge came from, as a random idea that I just had out of nowhere, which I tend to have. But I think if you're looking to make a really positive impact in your business and have a, you know, good strategy, you need to have a more formal document of how you're going to get there and what that business will include to help you out along the way. So as I said there, those are some of the areas that I would suggest you put into a business plan, and there are lots of templates you can get out there that can help you out along the way. So obviously you've got an executive summary first of all. So what is your business? What's your USP? What's your niche? What's going to be the structure of the business? So limited company, sole trader, partnership. How is it all going to work and formulate together? Is it viable? So have you done your sort of cash flow forecast, your budgets, your costs? You've analysed the market, your competition, the demand out there from there. Also, it's got about you. So, you know, a little bit about you, your experience, why you've got the qualifications to be able to run that business. You've researched the business in terms of your competition, the customers, what they want, and the market you're going to be in. Then also looking at, but who are your ideal customers? And that's a whole project on its own, to figure out who you want to attract as your ideal client. So, you know, but having a little bit in your business plan about the type of person you want to attract, and therefore why they would want to buy from you. And then looking at your marketing and promotion and advertising. So how are you going to market your business? Is it going to be social media, leaflets, TV, radio, networking groups? You know, how is it going to be that you're going to market and promote your business to the wider world out there to get yourself known? But then also looking at in the plan, it's, you need to understand what your costs are, how you're going to earn your income, what's incoming, what's outgoing, and that helps with the viability of the business, so you can manage that time. So in my business plan that I've got a 12-month forecast of all my costs going out that I'm aware of at this moment in time, and then I've got my headline at the top of my different incomes coming in and where they come from, and then hopefully I can then see per month what I'm hoping to bring in. That then also helps me to figure out if I'm ahead of target, fantastic, what have I done to be ahead of target? If I'm behind target, why is that? And I can react quickly rather than perhaps waiting in for 4 or 5 months when you run out of money and you think, oh gosh, I should have done something 3 months ago to help with this. So actually having it step by step and reviewing it every month helps to keep me on track and know what I can do more of. But also obviously having a business plan and having those in there, having all that information in there, if you are going for funding, if you're going for investment, or going to a bank maybe, or something like that, having a plan shows that you've researched your business, you understand your business, you understand your target market, and you are serious about going ahead with it. So those are just sort of things I find I've got there about a mind map, and that's, I've got a big whiteboard in my kitchen. And when I've got a new idea, I rub it out and I just start, and I rub, and I see it as the business plan, as a formal whiteboard. I've done my whiteboard brainstorm, and now it's okay. This is the idea. Let's categorize it and let's sort it out, formulate it into a proper plan, and I know where I'm going, what I want to do, who I'm going to do it for, and why they should come to me, and what the outcome is going to be for me as a business owner. So what do I see at the end of it, my business looking like? What's it going to bring in for me as a business owner as well? So 7 reasons why I think having a business plan is essential, and I touched on this before. So being able to think about your business ahead of time. So, being proactive in your business and seeing if there is an issue or a concern, that you've thought about it ahead of time. If maybe your business is seasonal, you've put that into the plan that it is seasonal, so you can react to that and plan for that ahead of time. You can look at it at different angles as well. So doing a plan gets you really thinking about all different things about your business and what impacts it, how you can work on it, and you're organised and planned for that. As I said, it proves the viability of the business. So you may have a great idea, you may be really passionate about your business, but if it's not going to make you any money or do what you want it to do, then it's not a viable option. So going through that whole process of the research, the market research, competitor research, customer demand, incomings, outgoings, cash flow forecasts really helps the viability of that business. Also, as I said, if you are looking for funding or investment, then having that plan and structure in place will stand you in good stead going for those. And it can help with decision making. So thinking about your business as a journey, having the plan can help you make those correct decisions at that right time, and you follow that right route for you in your business at that time. It gets you thinking about the paths ahead of time, and then you can plan and organise proactively rather than reactively. So I've worked in businesses before where they were growing so quickly. I think, it was like a treadmill, and it was just reaction after reaction after reaction. And it's really tiring, really, really tiring and stressful and worrying and challenging. But hope, being a small business owner, I'm not quite that size yet, thank goodness. But at least having a plan, I feel more in control. I feel like I know where I'm going. I've got my ideas, I've got my plan of action. It's just about making it work. Obviously you've got your structure and your goal setting as well. So creating those short-term goals, those medium-term goals, those longer-term goals, having that plan there enables you to really help to organise your day, your week, your month, your quarter, to be able to achieve that overall goal that you want for your business. Helps you to understand your market. Obviously, if you're planning for your business, you hopefully you are going to niche into something, and that seems to be the thing at the moment. People say you should niche into a particular area, and if you've got to niche right down. And I think there's pros and cons of niching too far. If you had been maybe like a social media manager, and over the last 12 months your niche was about beauty salons or hairdressers or restaurants, your business would have been going under because you've perhaps niched too far. But at least having a plan, understand your market, you've done your research, who your customers are, what they want, what they need, how they want it, when they want it, and how you can support them in their industry. But it also reduces risk for you. So obviously, as I said, being a business owner is a roller coaster, as I'm sure we all know. It has its ups and downs, and the last 14, 15 months have shown that completely. But hopefully having a plan makes that a little bit less bumpy for us, because we have perhaps reviewed it, and we're at the start of the last 15 months. We perhaps would have reviewed how we weren't to know it's going to be 15, 16 months at the time, obviously, but hopefully, we had the opportunity then to review it and adapt things and to make it a little less bumpy for us. Leaves a little bit less to chance as well. Some people love winging it. I am there to a certain extent. I just love the spontaneity of running my own business and just going for it and seeing what happens. but I need to have that confidence that it will work a little bit. You can consider any risks in advance, though, as I said, whether or not it's seasonal. So if you are, if your business is maybe, I don't know, a holiday business, you know when your peaks and troughs are going to be, so you can plan for that. But it also gets you clear and focused on the road ahead. And as I say, the right decisions can be made at the right time, hopefully, so you feel better and more confident about it. So you've got your plan. But obviously using that plan, you need to make sure you're effective. So the plan is a starting point for your journey into business, or your journey into business growth, or consolidation, whichever stage you're at in your business. But once you've got your plan, you then need to use that plan to the best to make sure that you achieve the goals that you want it to achieve. And that includes goal setting. And some people just shiver at the words smart objectives and smart goals and stuff like that. But it is important to have some way of creating a goal that keeps you accountable, that keeps you on track, and you know that you've achieved something. It's no point creating a goal that actually is so vague you don't know if you've achieved it or not, because otherwise you're just going to continue going. So there needs to be an end result, and you need to know what steps you need to take to be able to get there, so you can recognise the fact that you've achieved the goal that you've got. But I'm also one for trying to break down those goals into really bite-sized chunks. Don't make them too big. There's no point for me if I wanted to create an Instagram account, or I want to have 30,000 Instagram followers by 12 months. Well, that's not really going to happen unless, I don't know, I'm a celebrity or very lucky, potentially. But having a goal to say, I want to increase my followers by 10% by the end of the year. So, or breaking it down into, okay, this week, I'm going to make sure this month I'm going to make sure that I do post on Instagram 3 or 4 times a week or every day, and really breaking it down into bite-sized goals that you can achieve, and it's putting you in the right place to start working towards your longer-term goals. But also making sure that whatever goals you put in place and whatever plans you put in place, they are aligned to your plan and are aligned to your vision. It's no point saying that you want to increase your Instagram followers if none of your business is going to come from Instagram. It's all going to come from networking, for instance, as an idea. So it needs to make sure that your goals are aligned to your plan, to your vision, and will help you achieve whatever it is you've set as your end goal. So you've got your business plan, you've got your goals, you've got your action plan in place. They're a starting point. What you need to make sure now is that it actually happens. So as I said at the start, we have lots of hats as a business owner, and sometimes some hats are bigger than others on certain days or certain hours or certain times of the year. So we need to make sure that we are organised and planned to make sure that we get through everything and achieve our goals and vision. So I've just got there 5 points to consider when organising your time and when organising your business as well. So as I've been talking about, defining your goals and plans. So keep them visible. So I've got a big whiteboard of all my ideas on that I'm working on that are live at this moment in time. And I've got a small whiteboard here that I've just got my immediate goals that I'm working with. So I keep it visible. I review them regularly as well. So as I said, my second business started out to be there as a startup lounge to help small businesses, but it's evolving, and I've reviewed it. And as I started working through the startup lounge, I realised that actually I wanted to make it a little bit different to what I was going to do originally. So keeping it, reviewing regularly, adapting it to help you keep on track or to make changes if changes are needed. I've put in there declutter and organising your workspace. So and this is one thing I have. My home generally might be. I'm a one for piles in my kitchen. Whenever my mum comes up and sees me, she's always like, wherever you've lived, you've always had piles in your kitchen, piles of paperwork, and not anything else. So it's just one thing you can't get rid of. But my workspace at home now it is my workspace. It's me. It makes it more welcoming, makes it all neat and tidy for me. I feel like I want to go to work because it's looking nice ahead of me. But also reducing the clutter around me in my workspace helps with my mental cluttering as well, because I feel like I've got that space, I've got that freshness around me where I can help get my creative juices flowing and things like that. So declutter and organize your workspace. Organize your business. So whether or not it's software to help you out with scheduling, it's invoicing, processes, payment systems, organising your PC desktop folder so you can find things easily. I've worked in businesses before where they've had a million folders. I had no idea what was in each one. So really, I've streamlined mine down into really obvious ones now. Also, obviously looking at potential software solutions to help you out. So Calendly, Trello, Todoist, Monday.com or whatever. So organise your business to help get you effective and efficient. Time management and work structure. So again, I like to keep my day quite small in terms of what I want to achieve. I didn't used to be like that when I first started out in business. I'd have this great big long list of all this stuff I needed to do. And 9 times out of 10, I never got through it. So at the end of the day, I felt like I hadn't achieved anything and it just demotivated me. So now I've got it down to maybe 4 or 5 things I want to do in that day. And whenever I tick things off, it's great. I love it. That whole big crossing things off my list. But really, perhaps I also block out certain days to do certain tasks as well, and certain hours within certain days helps with the structure of my work. And then lastly, it's about rewarding yourself. So as small business owners, sometimes we forget to give ourselves a pat on the back and let us know how well we're doing. We just move on to the next thing. There's always something else we want to do or another thing on our list we have to do. And sometimes we just forget to give ourselves a reward and recognition of what we want to do. So I always, try and make sure that if I have achieved something, that I do give myself a reward. It might just be having a day off, or like you said, Lucy, having a week off is fantastic. I had 3 days off this weekend. It was amazing over the bank holiday. I don't think I've had 3 days off for years as a small business, but it was well needed. But it could be having a pampering session, having your nails done, buying a new outfit, whatever it is. Be kind to ourselves and reward ourselves for a job well done, hopefully. So that's the things that I wanted to go through today. I've just got in there how you can connect with me, which I can put up again. But what I wanted to do also was to also have a conversation about how people here plan for their business, how you organise your day or your week. I'm always interested to know how people organise and get ideas from people that how they plan and things. So if anyone wants to share anything about how they plan their workload, always happy to hear. And thank you very much for listening.